Before I left today, I was washing my bike and I was listening to music using my phone, which I left on top of the trash can over there. And right here, I just realized I forgot my phone. So I had to go back and get it. Today, I'm heading off to Sandy Valley. When I first started this ride, I didn't know I was going to Sandy Valley. I just decided to go out and ride and find a spot where I could tell you about the upgrades I did to my motorcycle. But I did end up in Sandy Valley, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. Sandy Valley is a remote, unincorporated community in Clark County, Nevada, and it's just east of the California border. The town's roots trace back more than 150 years to old mining towns in the area. Sandy Valley may be more than 30 miles from Primm, but Primm residents, which may only reside at the Desert Oasis Apartments, use Sandy Valley, including schools and public library. In the 2010 census, Sandy Valley had right around 2,050 residents. The community, which has a total of 56 square miles, is an hour's drive from Las Vegas. So it's a nice little ride, and that's the reason why I chose to go there. Sandy Valley has larger nearby hillsides and mountains. There's enough water in the region to support some hay farms and other agriculture. There are over a dozen businesses in Sandy Valley, including a general store, a cafe, a real estate agency, and churches. There is also Sandy Valley Community Center, library, Peace Park, and a volunteer fire department. Sandy Valley is also home to the Sky Ranch Estates Airport, a small general aviation field on Kingston Road. Sandy Valley Avionics is adjacent to the airport. There are also gun shooting ranges in the area, including an aerial gun range where guests can shoot from a helicopter. To the west of the community is the California border. The valley continues onto the California side with additional businesses such as an off-road racetrack, Sandy Valley Ranch, the Shiloh Horse Rescue, and the Two Hawk Hay Ranch. I connected with Highway 161 and took it west for about 7 miles just before Goodsprings. You then turn left onto Sandy Valley Road and the community is 14 miles further west. Well, I'm out here in Jean, Nevada. And why am I out here? I wanted to talk to you about the upgrades I did since I bought my 2021 Indian Challenger Dark Horse. I have put on 13 upgrades and I'm wondering, am I done yet? Well, let's see. I did make a video of the upgrades that I did earlier last year. So I'm going to go over the things that I already had done at that time, just briefly, since I already had a video on that. And then I'm going to tell you the stuff that I did do since then. What I did first was I got the backrest for me. There is never going to be a motorcycle that I'm ever going to own without a backrest. This is probably the #1 piece of upgrade material that I'll do on a motorcycle very first time. So I got the backrest. And the backrest I got from Indian, and it works perfect. It does what it's supposed to do. It keeps me comfortable. The next thing I got was the trunk. I got the trunk because I know that I'm going to be doing long hauls, and I thought that with the trunk it'd give me a lot more space to put my stuff. And as you can see, it has plenty of room in there, and it does easily fit 2 full face helmets with no issues. But you can't put anything else in there except maybe some gloves or a comb. And plus, it's very comfortable for Danielle. The next thing I got, and that's one of my videos when we went to Redlands, California, we went and got Danielle the armrest. Again, I got the armrest just for Danielle because she needs to be comfortable back here. The very next thing I got were some grips. What I did was I got some grips from Amazon, and then I got some grips from Indian, those very nice grips that I wish were heated. But then I broke down and said, you know what, I'm gonna get some heated grips, and I'm glad I did, because heated grips are awesome and they work phenomenal. What they told me was when you get the heated grips, you're never supposed to do it to the number 10 because it'll start melting things. I keep it around 7 and it works fine. It goes right through my gloves and I can feel the heat. The next thing I got were the windshield. And the windshield, I got the 11-inch Freedom windshield.
And the reason why I got the 11" is because all the way down, it works perfect. It's just a little bit too low. I still get some buffeting, so I raised it up maybe 2 or 3 inches, and it gives me enough where I don't feel the buffeting. But when it rains, or if it's windy, or if I just don't want to feel any buffeting, I crank it up all the way to the top, and it pushes everything over my helmet. And it looks fine all the way down. As you can see here, that's all the way down, and it doesn't look too bad. It does look a little tall. I think it looks great on there. What I did next was I got the lowers. Now on the lowers were the only thing that took 6 months for me to get. And I was a little mad about that because of course I wanted to get things done right away. But when I finally got them, I got them the lowers, and I got them with the cubby hole instead of the speakers, because I never use my speakers when I'm riding. I always use them through my helmet. So I didn't think I needed those speakers down there. And plus I heard that they don't make too much of a difference anyway, so I didn't get them. The next thing I got was the 2-in-1-in-2 Tab Performance exhaust with the 2.5-inch baffles. Now in the last accessory video, I showed the difference between the stock and these. And these are loud enough for me, and they sound great. And they're not as loud in the neighborhood if I don't want them to be, so I don't bother my neighbors too bad. I did get Danielle her cup holder for her that sits off to the side here, which she messed up my pipes. I don't know if you can see this, but I did wash it. Look at those pipes. And down there too. If anybody knows how to take that off the pipes, please make a comment down below and let me know how I can take that off. Again, that's what it is. It's Monster. Either that or Red Bull, one of the two. Let me know how to get that off my pipe. Another thing that I got was the heated seat. With the heated seat, it's a lot more comfortable than the stock seat, and of course it's heated. But I do have an issue with the heated seat. When the heated seat gets turned on for the rider portion, not the passenger portion, it's fine. Just the rider portion, once it cuts off, I can't turn it back on. So what I have to do is stop, turn off the bike, turn it back on, and then I can put the seat back, the heat back on. So I don't know if that's a manufacturing issue. It's the second seat I've gotten that does the same thing. So I don't know if it's a seat issue or if it's maybe a cord issue. I'm not sure. So I'm going to talk with Drew about that at Sin City and see what's going on. I know what else I got. I got the lights for the back of the saddlebags. So I got the blacked out brake lights and turn signal lights, and of course they work phenomenal. When I got the Tab Performance, I also got the extra exhaust. I know, everybody says that it doesn't do a thing, and maybe it doesn't, but it looks sharp. I'm very happy with the performance of this motorcycle. Performance wise, it is 10 out of 10. I love this bike. Electronics, something to be desired. Every once in a while, it hasn't happened lately, so I don't know if they fixed it on the last service I got or not. My screen would black out and I would have to turn off the bike and turn it back on for it to come back on. The navigation, I don't even use it. It sucks. I go online, I plot my destination and all my waypoints and everything. I download it to the bike, but I can't get it to engage in the navigation. I can see it, but I can't make it work. And then if the navigation does work, I can't even, it will take me to a place off the beaten path, come back around, and then come back. And it's right where I was supposed to be anyway. So the navigation on this thing, I don't know if they have an update yet, but I don't like it. I just document everything, so.
We take trips all the time, but we never video them. And we go places with this thing that the Jeeps might just make it.
Gotcha. Oh, so you go like off-roading. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this bad boy won't make it there.
That's right, an Indian.
Thank you very much. It's the best motorcycle I've had so far.
Comfortable, nice.
Oh man, it's outstanding.
Good.
The electronics need to be stepped up a little bit, but when it comes to performance, it's like the best bike I've ever been on.
Good.
Yeah,
I'm very happy. One. Nice meeting you.
Thank you. Nice meeting you too. You have a good day. That's the best part about riding, is meeting people and just having a little conversation. That's awesome. Where was I? Oh, the electronics. So just like I was telling them. The electronics on this thing, I think Indy needs to step up and do some upgrades or some software fixes, because I won't use the navigation on this bike. It's just useless right now. If there is an upgrade, if everybody can tell me, just let me know. One of, if not for that backrest, the best upgrades I've gotten for this machine, and it was on my trip to Albuquerque, if you haven't watched that video, is the Lloyd's Tune Secret Sauce. Oh man, did it wake up this engine. It got rid of all the limiters. So the 110 mile an hour limiter, that's gone. It goes to 6,500 RPM, so that limiter is gone. The throttle response is 3 or 4 times much more responsive than it was before. The torque on this thing, oh, it's night and day. If you're into the performance side of your motorcycle and you want to give it a little pep, a little secret sauce, most definitely get the Lloyd's Tune. I know there's RVS and there's also I forgot what the other one was, the other big one that's out there. There's 3 of them. I'm sure they all do the same thing, but you can't go wrong with Lloyd's. And the best part about that is I got the Lloyd's Tune done at Albuquerque Indian, which means they can't give me a hard time when it comes to warranty, because they're the ones who did it. So hopefully that will cover me when it comes to the warranty on the bike. But that Lloyd's Tune, phenomenal. Definitely get it. Any tune to open up your bike. My pegs, of course. I did get the pegs because with my knees, I have to stretch out my legs every once in a while or I won't be able to ride a motorcycle. And one of my most sentimental upgrades that I got for this motorcycle, the one that is close to my heart, my Dark Horse emblem on my lowers. My wife rated those out of the carbon fiber vinyl, and they look pretty good. I love them. I think they're fantastic, both sides. And that's an upgrade for my heart. So that's my 2021 Indian Challenger. Those are all the upgrades I got and the reasons why I got them. And did I mention the mirrors? I think I mentioned the mirrors. I got them just for I got the mirrors because of the design. They're smaller than the original. The original ones are almost as big as my hand. That's about the difference. I got those because of the lines are on the mirror. It's the same way as the boxy lines on this bike. There's a little bit more vibration with those because they're a smaller mirror, of course, but it's not enough that would drive me crazy. And when I say little bit of vibration, I mean very little vibration. But there's a little bit more. So I think I covered everything I did to the bike. What I love about it is the performance. It's very comfortable. The suspension is phenomenal. If I were you guys, I would never touch the suspension on this bike. It is dialed in. So my question is there any more things I should do? I thought about getting the headlight for the bike, but they raised the light up a little bit when they put on the lower lights. So they work fine. Those are the upgrades I did to this bike. And let me know if there's anything else I should be thinking about doing or if I did enough. Ask my wife, I think I did enough. I'm very happy about what this is and what it's supposed to be. And it is supposed to be a performance bagger that I turned into a performance tourer. And I couldn't be happier. Well, those are my upgrades. It's time for me to get back on the road and drive this beast like I always do. So, until our next adventure, see ya. I'm going to put you away so I can go a bit faster than I want to without worrying about coming off the bike. End of video.